Week for shared reading, we are going to read a book called Jake's Valentine Treats. You can see the front cover, there's a boy and a dog out in the snow. The story is written by Mary Beth Boltz, illustrated by Dawn Beacon. Here's the title page, Jake's Valentine Treats. Take a look at what you see on the title page. When we read Jake's Valentine Treats, we are going to come across a few tricky words. I've covered those words up. We're going to use what we know about letters and sounds to help us figure out what those tricky words are. Jake loved dogs, both big and small. Jake loved dogs, not some, but all. For Valentine's Day, Jake had a This is a tricky word I covered up. Let's take a look at this word and see how we can figure it out. Well, I see a TH blend at the beginning. I also know that this is the ought chunk. So I can put those two together. Ought, thought. For Valentine's Day, Jake had a thought. Does that make sense? It does. What if he made, instead of bought, yummy, heart-shaped doggy treats that shelter dogs would like to eat? Jake loved dogs, both big and small. Jake loved dogs, not some, but all. Here's a recipe, read Jake. We mix, cut shapes, and then we bake. Dad stirred. Now this is a tricky word, so let's uncover it and take a look and see how we can solve it. Well, by studying the word, I see a vowel team. And when I see a vowel team, I know that the first vowel will say its long name and the second vowel will be quiet. So O-A is going to say O. Dad stirred oats. Oats. Dad stirred oats and peanut butter. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Look, said Jake, our cookie cutter. Jake loved dogs, both big and small. Jake loved dogs, not some, but all. At the shelter, dogs were waiting. Soon they would be... What might make sense? Let's take a look at our picture. There's Jake and his dad. There's the animal shelter, and it says Happy Valentine's Day. What will the dogs be doing? This is a big, tricky word, so we're going to break it up into parts. I see an ing ending, so I'm going to keep that in mind. And I'm going to kind of take a look at this first beginning too, and then the middle, because I see the BR, brr, in the middle. So, sell, brating, celebrating. At the shelter, dogs were waiting. Soon they would be celebrating. Jake gave the dogs a pet and pat. They licked his face, shook hands, and sat. Good dogs, said Jake. Now here's your treat from Dad and me for you to eat. Jake loved dogs, both big and small, and dogs loved Jake, not some, but all. All right, boys and girls, let's go back and let's stop and think about who were the characters in our story, Jake's Valentine Treats. And in Seesaw, you are going to make a list of those characters.